Hey guys, so I saw this and I was like, hey, let's talk about it. So, this is the, I can't believe you didn't cry during Titanic. Do men even have feelings? And then, playing a game and, so they're basically asking, which game did this to you? Here's me. So, for people who don't know, I love Zelda. Like I love Zelda. 17 when I got it. I love Zelda. I have a cat named Zelda, and I also have a cat named Midna, my little imp. As you can see, the black and white go with the Twilight. And she doesn't really, even now, I just saw her, she was just eating outside, and she really isn't much bigger. She's my little imp. Um, we also have Master Kaya. I'm just kind of showing off that I'm a huge nerd. Master Kaya, who also had a brother, Master Diluc. And then we had Keiko. It's like Keiko. There's a lot of Keikos. Well, Yu Yu Hakusho Keiko. I love Yu Yu Hakusho. One of the greatest animes of all time. And you can fight me on that. Physically. Fight me. Physically. So Keiko from Yu Yu Hakusho. But also Twilight Princess. Such a great game. I mean, I'm pushing 40 years old, and I've been, of course, been playing games for as long as I could pick up a controller. Um, but playing through Ocarina of Time, it was sad. Especially Link not getting to have a childhood. Um, Majora's Mask, even more sad, but it was like a bittersweet end. The Skull Kid seeing that he still did have friends, that his friends didn't abandon him. Um, Wind Waker, despite the happy, you know, bright, cell shaded style, it was a pretty dark story, and at the end with you're in Hyrule and you're fighting Ganondorf and everything's flooding. The king decides to stay, who was inhabiting the King of Red Lines, the boat. And then at the end, when you see Link and in the boat next to Tetra's ship, the light in the eyes is gone. He's gone. It's just a boat now. There's no spirit, no soul, no nothing. And you're like, oh my god, that hits hard. But this, and I'm gonna watch the ending, and you're like, John, please don't do this to us, because I'm sure there are a lot of you who the first time saw this ending, you're like, oh my god, because Midna is still by far one of the best companions, not only in a Zelda game but in any game. Her her story, her growth, her development, going from this imp who we meet, who's just using us to kind of get what she wants, to genuinely caring about us. Um, knowing what it means to sacrifice oneself. We see Zelda sacrifice herself after Zant exposes Midna to the light, and she's basically dying. Zelda sacrifices her life, or life force, her light, to kind of rejuvenate and bring Midna back. So she kind of realizes that, hey, we're not we're not so bad. But oh god, if you guys have seen it before, and since you know it's coming, get the tissues ready right now. If you haven't already, I mean, spoiler alert. I plan on playing the game sometime. I just don't know when. But yeah, I remember playing through this the first time. It freaking broke me.
Can we build this for a bit? Rob, Rob the paper can.
All right, that was I was uploading something at the same time as
Beautiful touch. Touch. Children. Two targets. Look backward, children. We face. You get.
every fucking time, man. Every fucking time. Oh god. Whether it be the first time or 100th time. God, that ending. I love Zelda. And Midna still is by far one of the best companions of all time. Um, but this was the first game that actually pretty much broke me. I mean, then you have something like Skyward Sword come out. Oh my god, that ending freaking wrecked me too. With Fi and just oh my god, it was so good. Skyward Sword, apart from all of the, some of the flaws like having to go back to the same places like 15 freaking times, really was a good game. A lot of innovative stuff in that game. The story was really good. The characters were great. Fi was was really a great companion, and that the moment at the end with with her talking to, oh my god, freaking Zelda games. You want to know what game really got me broken down? The Wand of Gamelon. You're like, John, I know. I feel you, dog. No. But Twilight Princess for me is one of the greatest Zelda games, and Midna is probably one of the greatest companions in all of video games. Um, like I said, between her character from her imp form to her true form that you saw, that's what she truly looks like. It's not this little, imp that's got a big old wicked grin. No, that's what she truly looks like. Um, Between that, her character growth of basically using us to genuinely caring about us, it's so good. It's so freaking good. Um, some people like Aerith's death in Final Fantasy VII. Um, I think there's a few people saying Aerith. Guess I'll die. Your pain shall be twofold. Dark Cloud 2, Story of Lyn and Crest Sacrifice. Valiant Hearts. Valiant Hearts was the first game where I shed a tear. It's a terrible day for Rain. Chrono Trigger, yeah, great game. Several moments, but the most intense was in the campfire and Luca's mother. I can't see the rain. The Walking Dead, Lee and Clementine. If you finish the game, they're all dead. Oh yeah, in one shot. Oh my god, that game. I think there's multiple endings, but at first there's like two, and neither choice is good. So Nico is the character right here who you play as, and that's the son for this other world. And at the end, you have to make a choice whether, sacrifice Nico to save the world or sacrifice the world in order to get Nico home. Neither one of them is a good choice because it's just like Undertale where you meet all these people along the way and you bond with them, you get to know them, you know their stories. So when you have that choice, you're like, no, please don't fucking do this to me. So it really is, it's a really, really good game, really cute game. The moment where Nico thinks that that they can't hear you anymore, because throughout the game they're kind of talking to you, and there's a moment where you're not responding to them anymore, and they're like, "Why aren't you responding? Did you decide to leave? I can't do this alone." And then when they finally hear you again, they're like, "Oh my, I thought you left." And it's like when you finally get to the point of making the choice, you're like, "How do I do this? Like, do I sacrifice everyone who I met, who I know they have families and friends and this and that, to get Nico home to be with their mother again, or do I sacrifice Nico to save the world?" Neither choice is good. Now, I think if I remember, there's a choice where you can kind of say, certain things you do throughout the game, it can save both worlds. But your first playthrough, you're not going to know that. So you're going to have that choice. Do I sacrifice Nico to save the world, or do I, sacrifice the world to save Nico? So neither was good. Final Fantasy Crisis Core. Huh. If you know this, it got to you. Freaking Grandia. Final Fantasy 6. So let's jumping off the cliff. Yeah. Aerith's death was like out of nowhere too. Like no one was expecting it. You have this scene where, they're showing her and then all of a sudden, and you see Sephiroth behind her. It's like, what the hell? What the hell was this? Everything this man went through. Yeah, Sarah. You got Saria. I mean, like I said, Ocarina of Time was sad because Link didn't get a childhood, but Zelda was like, I'm going to send you back 7 years because you didn't get to have a childhood. Like everyone he knew in the future is still going to be in there in the past. Saria is still going to be there. Darunia, Impa, they're all going to be there. It's just now that he's going to be able to relive his childhood after being sealed up for 7 damn years. So it was sad, but yeah, Zero. Love Zero. So, aha! Golden Sun 1 and 2, good games. Zack. My memories will be part of the sky. BioShock's good ending helped me realize I want to start a family. Still working on that. If you know, you know. Outer Wilds. I mean, some of these are really good. So, uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Not the only one. Not the only one. Yeah, Sarah. Yeah, Sarah was like, she's super young. Wasn't she like 10, 11 years old or something? And her death and oh my God, that was heartbreaking too. But yeah, so which game did this to you? Which game just, even if you didn't were like, which game broke you? And it doesn't have to be the first time it happened. Just a game that, has done this to you. But yeah, let me know. Anyway, this should be fun. That's gonna do it for me. You guys know the drill. I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.